Welcome, everybody, to the Hibiscus Sports Complex as Nothing But Net Media presents another QBL TV production of the QBL 2016 season. Tonight we have for you the University of Sunshine Coast Rip visiting the Southwest Metro Pirates. I'm John Gorna, and I'm joined in the booth now by former Pirates head coach Luke Peterson. And Luke, Pirates come in off of the tough loss last week, while University of Sunshine Coast looking for their first one of the season. You got to expect a big battle between two hungry teams.
Yeah, I'm expecting both teams to be quite hungry here today. The Pirates are, I spoke to a few of the guys there, their coaching staff before the game, and they've been very focused this week, really not happy with some of the things that they did last week, so they're certainly ready to get after this. Sunshine Coast Rip, this is my first chance to have a look at them, but obviously being 0-2 so far, but competitive in those games and showing that they do have some ability, they're going to be ready to try and get that first win for the year.
Yeah, and they have their big import back in action tonight, Lance Hurdle, former NBL talent. Do you know much about Lance and his game?
Look, I've played against him once in a QBL game, and he came out and lit us up early. He had, I think, 35 at the half. We got lucky there. He had 2 in the second half, so we were able to get the win there. But, in that first half, it didn't seem to matter what we could do. He was going to score that ball, and if he gets into that zone tonight, it's going to make it tough for the Pirates for a while. Yeah,
Pirates coming off that tough loss. They lost at home last week to Gladstone, 91-84. It was a really interesting game because Southwest seemed to be in control at certain points, but then Gladstone completely blew them away in that third quarter. And other than that, it was close really throughout.
Yeah, look, the Pirates had some control of the game, but they never really put their foot down. There were moments there where I just felt like they were playing inside themselves a bit, and rather than just controlling segments of the game, they really could have dominated it, and it just never felt like they were able to take it to that level. And then when you give a team with a player like Willis the chance to stay in it, then that's exactly what can happen. He can just turn it on you in a quarter.
Yeah, and Sunshine Coast lost last week to Brisbane, 77-52. And we're going to get a first look at one of the Pirates imports in Jason Conrad. He arrived last week, so he's ready to make his impact on the QBL season as well. And you got to look at the other import for the University of Sunshine Coast. You've got Isaiah Harrison. He's a pretty talented guy as well, pretty springy and athletic. I'm going to be very interested to see their battle inside the paint. Sunshine Coast is going to come out with Hurdle, Harrison, Rory Sutton, who had a huge game versus Brisbane last week, Louis Ilton, and Hayden Reed. Tip is up, and it's won by Southwest. Ilton and Bairstow fighting for it. Bairstow comes away with it.
And Conrad certainly adds some good size to that front line there. He's a big body, and more than anything, you see what it does with the depth, pushing Adam Tolo to the bench. So they're really getting stronger there in the bench and having a legit big fella in the side.
Yeah, Conrad got a great seal there on Harrison. The entry pass goes right to him. So he's making his presence felt on the first Pirates possession. He was fouled. He nearly got the layup to go, but he's going to go to the line.
They called that intentional.
They called it intentional. Wow.
Yeah, Mabry's come in, called straight up the top.
Conrad with his first points of the Pirates season.
Nice welcome to the league. Get in there, your first possession. You get a free trip to the line with possession.
Yeah, Harrison obviously did not agree with the call, but I'm going to go with the referees there. He did seem to wrap him up a little bit.
Yeah, obviously deeming that they, after being caught behind, that they really weren't making a play at the ball and just stopping the play.
Great matchup in the backcourt as Hurdle and Tees go at it. Tees floater is up and good. So it's a quick 4-0 lead here early for Southwest. Tees is going to have the matchup with Hurdle defensively as well.
What an encouraging sign. We haven't really seen Brendan go and get the ball like that and then attack at all this season. So to see that straight off the bat, great signs for the Pirates.
Louis Ilton grabs the offensive rebound, but he steps out of bounds. And Tees, we have to remember, also came in with the ankle injury. He's still kind of working himself back into game shape. He's the first one to tell you he's not 100%. But some encouraging signs last week, particularly in the second half for Tees.
Yeah, each week we've seen him just obviously getting better and better into the game. Just what he's doing there with the ball, even on his first few possessions, just looks a little different tonight.
Great screen from Conrad. Vines pump fakes, gets it over to Bairstow. Bairstow's going to shoot a foul line jump shot, no good. Harrison grabs the rebound for the Rip. He kicks ahead now to Reed. Reed goes behind his back, goes right at Vines. Layup no good. Sutton with the rebound, and then he's fouled. Bit of contact there from Jared Bairstow. He's going to pick up his first personal.
Yeah, so that play really led from Southwest not doing a good enough job at stopping the ball advancing. That we saw the big bust out with a couple of dribbles, kick it ahead, and no one took away that kick ahead pass. After that, you're playing catch up, couldn't get good position for the rebound, and leads to the foul.
Yeah, trying to keep the ball out of Hurdle's hands, and rightfully so. He's going to go to Harrison now on the baseline. He gets into the paint, nearly loses the ball, flips a shot up, no good. Bairstow with the D board, and he's going to push out. Stolen, though, by Reed. Reed swipes it off of Bairstow, goes right to the rim, lays it up and in. And the Ripper on the board. It's 4-2 now. Very fast-paced action, not high scoring just yet, but back and forth, up and down.
Yeah, I certainly like seeing Southwest play that way. And the Pirates, with the Rip, when you look at their lineup, it does suit them to play that way.
Bairstow going to get called for the offensive foul. That's going to be his second. 2 quick fouls picked up here by Jared Bairstow. He's going to have to take a seat on the bench. Coach Tate going right to Adam Tolo. So Tolo going to see his first minutes of the night. We may not see Bairstow for a little while now.
It could be 8 long minutes of this quarter if the rest of the Pirates can keep it rolling without him.
Yeah, good charge picked up there, though, by Hayden Reed. He was in good position, so I can't argue with the charge call.
To me, that's the too big, too strong call.
Ilton dumps it off for Harrison, who lays it in. That's too easy. Got a couple of former Brisbane Spartans here for the Sunshine Coast Rip in Louis Ilton and Rory Sutton.
Yeah, they didn't play a lot over there, so this year's going to be very different for him, giving a lot more minutes.
T's jump shot is short. Hurdle comes up with the rebound. He kicks ahead for Louis Ilton. Ilton goes right at the defense. They're going to call Ryan Vines for the foul. That's Louis' game. He's a beast in transition.
It's an interesting call. They're calling it on the arm on Vines as Ilton just ran straight through him.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call it on the body, if anything, but they're going to get Vines for his first personal foul, and Ilton's going to go to line for 2 shots. Ilton misses the first. Second one is up. That's no good either. On the season, Louis shoots 63% from the free throw line. Tolo's pass stolen by Harrison. Reed has it now. Over to Ilton. Ilton going, dumps it off for Sutton. Sutton pump fakes and lays it up and in. Another transition bucket here for the Rip. They're up 6-4.
Yeah, it's this transition play that's really troubled the Pirates. The Rip are doing a really good job pushing that ball hard and fast.
Yeah, a lot of speed out there. They may not have tremendous size in the Rip, but they're very fast and agile. T's working his magic. Now they're going to count the basket. They're going to wave it off. They're going to call it on the baseline. T's arguing that he definitely made his move. I thought he did for sure. I mean, he was already a step towards the rim.
Yeah, I'm assuming they must call it while the dribble was down. We usually see some long continuation around, but that time, no such luck.
6-4 the lead here early for the Rip. Inbounds pass by Tolo is tipped out of bounds by Hayden Reed.
A few sloppy passes already from the Pirates. They've really got to make sure they focus on keeping their turnovers down, particularly with the way the Rip are pushing that ball off those turnovers.
Tolo is going to inbound for Boardman. Boardman sent the screen for Vines. No look pass to Conrad. Conrad up and under. Layup is good and the foul. What an athletic move there by the big guy going up and under.
Fantastic move. We're obviously only getting our first looks at Conrad. Not sure what to expect. That was a really good pass, great vision from Ryan, and a strong finish from Conrad to use the rim to protect himself and get the foul.
Yeah, Vines having another great, solid start to the season. He's averaging 22 points, 5.5 assists. He's shooting almost 58% from the field, is Vines, so couldn't ask for a better start. And for a Pirate at all, you couldn't ask for a better start from Jason Conrad. He's got 5 points. 5 of the Pirates' 7 points. So he's certainly doing the Yemen's work right now.
Yeah, great impact for the Pirates, and they're excited that they've got their second American arriving in this week coming. And so I think he may even already be cleared and ready to go for them. So from next week, they're at full strength.
It's always a bit of a challenge. We talked about this previously, you and I, Luke, about getting those imports in and having them start late. Once the season started, it's always a bit of a challenge. As Hurdle misses the jump shot, ball goes knocked out of bounds off the hands of Jason Conrad. He's going to maintain with the Rip. Hurdle looking for a horn set here. Gets the screen from Donaldson. Skip pass over to Hayden's three is no good. Hayden Reed misses. Sutton with the follow and the foul. Rory Sutton doing some work on the glass. He's fouled from behind by Rory Sutton.
So we saw some interesting defensive schematics there with the Pirates sending both guys at hurdle, trying to double the ball out of his hands off that high horn screen. They did a good job of that, but where that leaves it exposed, Boardman really having to bust it to get back to the rim. Couldn't quite get there in time, and the Rip coming up with the offensive board.
Yeah, there's a timeout on the floor. Coach Tate wants to talk to the Pirates, so we'll take one as well. Pirates trail by 1, 8-7 to the University of Sunshine Coast Rip. You're watching QBL TV here on Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex, where the Sunshine Coast Rip lead the Southwest Metro Pirates by 1 early here, 8-7. John Guarna on the call with Luke Peterson. And Luke, Coach Tate taking the timeout. Got to think he's talking defense, because the transition D, too many second chance opportunities as well.
I'd say there'll be a bit of a dual focus there. The transition defense is obviously going to be a key focus, but that starts with what you do with the ball. I certainly would have been talking about ball control, avoiding the turnovers, because that's what's led to a lot of it, but it's also going to be those rotations, getting back in trans as well.
Sutton misses the free throw. Vines comes down with it for Southwest. Looking to set the offense here. Tolo goes inside to Conrad on the baseline. Conrad going to work on Rory Sutton, backing him in. Fakes baseline. Hook shot is up, no good. Boardman knocks the ball out of bounds. I thought it went off of Donaldson, but the referee's going to say it went off of Boardman. So Rip will have possession. Long pass ahead to Hurdle. Hurdle wants to run that horn set again with Donaldson and Sutton. Goes left this time off of Donaldson. He's double teamed. Picks up his dribble, skips it to Donaldson. What pass goes over his head and out of bounds.
It's a very effective set there, the same double team that we saw before. And that pass sailing really not in anyone's vicinity.
Yeah, I think that double was a little bit tighter, and is also in a much better position towards the sideline.
That's it. Using that size of Conrad there, that's certainly going to help you.
Yeah, he is quite athletic, Conrad, isn't he? Vines going to fire for three.
So far.
Yeah, no good for Vines. Hurdle comes down with it. I'd like to see them go back to Conrad. See at least get him a touch every shot. Ilton with the athletic layup attempt. That's no good. Sutton tips it up. He misses. Falls to the ground. Comes up with it. Donaldson puts up a wild one. That's no good. Conrad loses it, but Tees comes up with it. Up ahead to Tolo. Layup is blocked by Hayden Reed, but they're going to call a foul. Looked clean to me from where I was, but the referee definitely had a better vantage point than we did on that one, Luke.
Yeah, look, she was right there under the basket and obviously seeing something on the arms there of Tolo. What I really like since Adams come in, the 4 or 5 possessions that Southwest have been able to push the ball every single time. It's Adam that's in front of the pack. Sometimes being able to actually get the ball like you did there. Sometimes just stretching the defense out and creating space for Vines and Teasy to come through.
Yeah, checking into the game for the Pirates, Kieran Bairstow. Going to give Jason Conrad a breather. Tolo at the line on the season. That was his first free throw attempt. That's very un-Tolo-like. He's usually around the rim in there doing the dirty work as well. Yeah,
he picks up a few cheap free throws there, but he's had to sit with some foul trouble during the first 2 games, so being out there certainly helps.
Game tied at 8. Hurdle baseline jump shot's good. Just gave himself a little space with the step back, and he nailed it.
Yeah, once he gets down that low on the court, there's nothing you can do. You've got to get him early, or that's going to happen.
Tees has it on the wing. Guarded closely by Hurdle. Now Tolo gets it. Inside pass is tipped by Donaldson and winds up with Hilton. Louis pushing it the pace. Hands off for Donaldson. Layup attempt, no good. Kieran Bairstow has it stripped and winds up with Reed, who fires for 3. That's good. It's a 3-point basket. The lead now 5 for Sunshine Coast Rip.
I'm just going to check some stats because I'm just seeing time and time again Sunshine Coast Rip coming up with offensive boards.
Stats, Tolo nearly has it stolen. He gets a pass from Bairstow, and he lays that up and in. Good give and go there by Tolo and Bairstow. 13-10 the lead now. Hurdle working on tees. Fadeaway jump shot is up off the front of the rim, no good. Tolo comes down with the D-board. He gets it to the captain. Vines sees a lane, tries to dump it off for Bairstow. His pass nearly stolen. Vines recovers though. Working the baseline now. He kicks it out for Tolo in the corner. 8 seconds to go. Tolo finds Vines cutting baseline. Layup attempt is good. Good cut there by Vines and a good look there from Adam Tolo. Cuts the lead to 1.
Really good penetration from Ryan on that set. Almost got into trouble, but stayed with the play, kept his head, and ended up with a good result for the Pirates.
Donaldson puts the ball on the deck. He's going to step into a jump shot that's good. Big man dribbles left, stops and pops. 15-12 the lead now. Tees has it on the left wing. Looking inside for Kieran Bairstow. Bairstow going to work against Sutton. Spins into the paint. Hook shot is short. Sutton with the D-board. Tees nearly steals it from Hurdle. He does. It winds up with Vines. 3-on-2. Tees out on the wing. 3 is up. Off the front of the rim, no good, and Sutton comes down with it. That would have been huge. The bench was anticipating the hit. Tees is struggling from 3 to start the season. He's only shooting 9% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, his shot's true. It's straight. It's just a little bit short, and obviously a telltale sign from that ankle with the leg strength just not being there behind the shot.
Louis Ilton going right through Adam Tolo for the layup. It's a 5-point lead now for the Rip. Good clear out there for Ilton. And Louis Ilton's got the matchup with Ryan Vines. Tolo working on Hayden Reed. Now gets it inside to Boardman. Boardman now top of the key. Bairstow pump fakes, goes right to the basket to lay it up and in. Kieran Bairstow had 4 points and 10 boards last week.
Yeah, he's really hard to contain inside, particularly when you can get some momentum going on like he had on that.
Good steal there by Vines off the look from Reed. In and out dribble, gets around Reed. Now Vines goes to his right, floater up and no good. Donaldson comes down with it for the Rip. Now Hurdle has it. Kicks ahead now for Hayden Reed, goes right to the rack. Layup attempt no good, and Vines scars for the board.
Pirates at least getting their numbers back as Sunny Coast pushed that ball.
17-14 the lead here for the Sunny Coast Rip. Tees gets it, goes baseline, is going to pull up for 2. That's good. We're all tied. Well, sorry, I thought we were all tied. It's a 1-point lead now for Rip.
And Brendan's really going to enjoy being able to come off those, turn out down screens there this year as the Pirates set them. Loves being able to just catch, turn, square up and see what he's going to do.
Let's see what the Pirates do here. Tolo hits Vines. Vines dribbling baseline. Winds up with Tees at about half court. Now Vines gets it back.
Had some space there and turned it down.
Looking for the screen from Bairstow. He goes around Sutton. No look pass. Boardman, baseline jump shot blocked by Ilton. Bairstow misses it. Boardman tips it up. They're going to call a shot clock violation. The ball did hit the rim.
It's an interesting call because it definitely hit the rim before the shot clock went off. So not quite sure what Vaughan's thinking on that one.
Pirates going to give Tees a breather. I didn't see who else came out. I think it was Tolo. Oh, no, Boardman, sorry. So Pirates have Piddle, Vines, Tolo, Jason Conrad just checked back in, and Kieran Bairstow. So a big look here for the Pirates. Checking in for the Sunshine Coast, number 9, Michael Jenkin. So they have Jenkin, Hurdle, Ilton, Donaldson, and Rory Sutton.
Good to see Brendan going a little bit deeper into the quarter before we saw Piddle make his first appearance this week.
Ilton's going to fire for 3. That's long. Vines with a great defensive rebound there. Vines looking for a bit of penetration. Goes right to the rim to lay it up and in. Don't know what happened there for the defense. It fell asleep, and the Pirates take the lead by 1.
That's a coach killer there. Just clearing out the lane and being able to get all the way to the rim untouched.
Sutton has it. He's going to fire a long 2. That's good. Rory Sutton has a great versatile game, doesn't he?
He sure does. He's obviously a big, strong player. Little undersized there at center with the new Pirates, big fella down low, but he's can certainly still bang inside and step out and hit that one.
There's about a 2-second differential between the game and shot clock. Vines has it, looking to work the screen, goes right at Hilton, but loses the ball out of bounds. So Sunshine Coast Rip will have 4.7 seconds to get a shot off.
Ryan obviously disappointed, thinking he got fouled on that drive as the ball's gone out, but they need to lock in now and defend this play.
Hurdle has it. He's going to fire from the wing. It looked all right, but it was way off target. So the Pirates will go into the first quarter break down 1, 19-18.
Yeah, probably not the happiest quarter for the Pirates, but they've just really got to control the ball a lot more, settle into what they're trying to do, and make sure they're getting back, because Sunny Coast are dominating the pace of this game and pushing it up the floor hard. Yeah,
we're going to take a break. We'll try and come back with some first quarter stats. You're watching QBL TV here, presented by Nothing But Net Media. I'll go through this.
You read it.
Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Gorner here with Luke Peterson, Regan Baker on the production, and Chris Sieber on the camera. Taking a quick look at the stats, and Luke, the stat that really jumps out to you for the Sunny Coast Rip is that offensive rebound number.
Yeah, 7 offensive boards for the Sunny Coast Rip. That's a lot of second chances that they're getting there, and they've been making it count. They've had 2s and 3s off those second chances.
Yeah, Southwest struggling a little bit with the ball. They've got 6 turnovers, shooting 44% from the field. They haven't hit a 3 just yet, while Sunny Coast is shooting 39% from the field and 44% from 2, 20% from 3. Leading the way for Sunny Coast is Rory Sutton with 6 points. Leading the way for Southwest is Jason Conrad with 5.
Yeah, fairly balanced start for both teams there. No one really dominating the score, but hopefully that's going to stead to a good rest of the game for us.
Bit of pressure on the mic. Excuse me, on the music. Sutton goes out to Hurdle. He's going to fire for 3. That's good. Second three-pointer of the night for the Rip. Increase their lead to 4, 22-18.
Yeah, Pirates just got detached as he came off that little screen. They've got to stay better attached with Hurdle, otherwise it's going to really make you hurt.
Vines gets in the paint, dumps it off for Conrad, and he's blocked on his way to the rim.
Hasn't taken long to see Vines and Conrad starting to hook up there. They've found each other a few times, and Conrad earning another trip to the line.
Yeah, Vines doing a great job getting that penetration going. He kind of struggled a little bit with the penetration last week. He was getting into the paint, but he wasn't able to finish as well as he would have liked. That time, though, gets his feet in the paint and a real nice dump off for Conrad on the baseline.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a different focus in the way the Pirates have played. Last week, they really did sit on that perimeter. There was a lot of 3s taken. We haven't seen that so far tonight. There's actually been some space as the Rip have sort of clamped down around the basket and given them space in the perimeter, but the Pirates have had good patience and prepared to attack and paying off there.
Yeah, Conrad hits them both, so the lead cut to 2. Pirates now defending their basket. Jenkins has it now, Hurdle. They work it around to Hilton. Hilton's going to fire for 3. That's strong again. Jason Conrad with a good board there for the Pirates. Hilton only came into tonight shooting 1 3-pointer. He's already got 2 tonight.
Yeah, that one never looked like it was going, though. So
Fiddle on the wing just lost it. Hurdle gets it, goes right to the rack, and finger rolls it in.
Yeah, again, turnovers for the Pirates, leading to easy Rip buckets.
Yeah, Hurdle sat out last week's matchup versus Brisbane with a knee injury. You can see he's got the knee brace on the right knee. Conrad fires from deep. That's no good. Hurdle tips it to himself. And he is a difference maker, Hurdle, as Jenkins fires for three. You know, you can't fault the Rip for the battle they put up with Brisbane last week without Hurdle.
No, look, they certainly played tough, and even though that margin was around 20 by the end of the game, if you look at the flow of the game, they're actually right there for a lot of that game.
Yeah, great look there by Vines. Bairstow follows his own miss and lays it up and in. That's Kieran Bairstow's Jared Bairstow going to get set to check back in as well. Jenkins goes inside for Sutton. Out to Hurdle, who fires away from three. That's good. That's another three-point bucket there by Lance Hurdle. The lead now 5 for Rip.
How long do you think we'll see this 2-3 zone from the Pirates with Hurdle starting to warm up outside like that?
Yeah, they're definitely going to go away from that zone, that's for sure.
They certainly had a lot of space to just be able to move that ball around and find their shooters on that last possession.
Tolo coming off of a Conrad screen, kicks it out. Piddle's going to fire for three. It's up and strong, no good. Tolo battling with Jenkins. Ball goes out of bounds off of Michael Jenkins, so Southwest will have possession. Tees and Jared Bairstow getting set to check in for Ryan Vines and Luke Piddle. Checking in for the Sunshine Coast Rip is Isaiah Harrison.
So again, seeing big lineups from the Pirates with Tolo playing, I'm assuming, the 2 here, and Brendan at the 1. So that is a long, long lineup.
Yeah, you got 2 Bairstows and Jason Conrad as well. Tees takes the inbounds pass. Gets a screen from Conrad. Conrad looking to post up Harrison. Backs him in, spins baseline. Throws up the hook shot. That's no good. Good rebound there by Jenkins. Good D by Harrison as well.
Yeah, he certainly did do a good job there.
Hurdle with the heat check. It's too strong. They're going to say it hit the top extension, so that's out of bounds. And checking back in for Sunshine Coast Rip is going to be Hayden Reed, and Louis Ilton's going to get a breather. I love the Sunshine Coast Rip head coach Nathan Arosi's energy. He's up and down the whole time. He's always talking to everybody. Really encouraging as well. I like that approach.
And it shows in the way his team plays. That's exactly how they played so far tonight, with high energy, pushing the ball up and down, quickly on transition, you know, energetic in their closeouts.
What a finish there by Jared Bairstow. He went through the contact, threw it up, hit the bucket, and he was fouled. Foul's going to be called on Hayden Reed. So Bairstow's going to go to the line for a three-point play opportunity. Hayden Reed's got 2 personal fouls.
I hope the coaches don't change these lineups for a couple of minutes, because I just want to see how this plays out with the Pirates playing essentially 4 forwards versus the Sunny Coast Rip with 3 guards out there. So it'll be an interesting match.
Bairstow completes the three-point play. Bit of a half-court trap to get the ball out of Hurdle's hands. Jenkins has it now over to Harrison. Harrison kicks it out to Reed. Reed goes to the rim, hands it off for Harrison. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to call him for 3 seconds on Isaiah Harrison. Sunshine Coast Rip going to pick up a bit of full court here as well, as we see Hurdle picking up T's full court and Reed looking to double the ball handler.
Well, with really just 1 guard to bring the ball up, this is where the Pirates could be vulnerable.
Yeah, and good recognition by Coach Rossi, recognizing that. There is the trap. They get it over to Bairstow, and Bairstow is another ball handler for you as well.
Yeah, we've seen him push the ball and turn it over once tonight, but in this time, no trouble at all. Keeps that under control.
13 seconds on the shot clock. Tees in the corner for 2. That's good. The long 2 there by Brendan Tees ties this game at 27. The Pirates did go away from that zone. It's now man-to-man. Reed going left. Pull-up jump shot is good. That's a nice look there by Hayden Reed. I like Hayden Reed's game too. He could hurt you in the dribble, and he could shoot the ball as well. He's got a tough matchup with Bairstow though.
There really wasn't anything that the Pirates did defensively wrong there. It was just a good offensive play. He created his own space and hit a tough shot.
And then on the other end, Tees picks up the foul, trying to get to the rim.
Yeah, look, we saw some patience with the reffing there. The contact actually happened early. They just sort of let the next few seconds play out to see if there was any advantage. With nothing happening, quick to call the foul.
T is getting set to inbound. He gets it to Tolo. Out to Jared Bairstow, who jump stops. Has to pick up his dribble. Hits T's on the curl. Jump shot is good. T's starting to heat up a little bit here, and the Pirates tie it again at 29 now.
Yeah, I think a few people in this gym tonight happy to see Brendan starting to warm into his game.
Yeah, once the jump shot starts falling for T's, it could be over. Harrison kicks it out. Reed's going to fire for three. Rolls in and out, and then back in. Good hit there by Hayden Reed.
Yeah, and good vision by Harrison. Didn't have the clear shot down low and made a great pass from the rim right out to the perimeter.
Tees hits Bairstow, curling. Jump shot is up. No good. Harrison comes down with it for the rip. He's going to bust out. Kicks it over to Jenkin. A lot of contact. No foul call, and Jenkin hits a three. Back-to-back threes increase the lead to 6 for the rip.
That was a shoulder charge that would have had someone missing a week in the NRL. I cannot believe we saw no call on that.
I don't think the referees were paying attention, to be honest with you. Tees tries to answer with his own three that's long. Sutton gets the rebound.
I guess there's only 3 of them out there, 6 eyes. They can't see everything. Even play right in the middle of the court.
Be careful, you're sitting next to Regan. He might get you for talking bad about the referees. Harrison blocked by Conrad. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of Harrison. Coach Nathan Arosi is going to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well, with the Sunshine Coast Rip leading the Southwest Metro Pirates 35-29. You're watching QBL TV here, presented by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex as the University of Sunshine Coast Rip lead the Southwest Metro Pirates 35-29 with 4:40 to go here in the first half. And it's been an interesting matchup here so far. Coach Tate going with the big lineup now. We see him bring in Boardman. So you've got Boardman, Conrad, and Bairstow, but they didn't really use that size to their advantage.
No, they haven't much. It's actually been turnout shots for Brendan that they did get in that time. They haven't got a lot smaller here. Obviously, Boardman a little bit smaller than KB, but also a little more athletic. So still not a big difference in their lineup.
Yeah, and the Rip just doing things, really a lot of damage in transition as Tees gets hit again. His shot is missed, and Sutton comes down with it.
Yeah, Tees keeping the floor wipers busy tonight, but not the ref's whistles.
Reed going to step into a pull-up jump shot. That's good as well. Hayden Reed's got the last 5 points for the Rip. They're up 8.
Yeah, they've spread that on good shooting. The Pirates have been a little slow in their closeouts. In that case, no show on the screen, and Reed getting wide open coming off it.
Tees looking inside for Bairstow with Hurdle on him. Baseline jump shot is strong. Reed tips it. Harrison comes up with it for the Rip. He hands off for Hurdle. Hurdle sees an alley, throws it up, and that's good. And again, transition really hurting the Pirates.
Yeah, all that size out there, no presence on the rim off that shot, and then no one really back to protect their own rim.
Ryan Vine's going to get set to check back in for the Pirates. Bairstow now top of the key, hits Conrad. Conrad's going to fire for 3. It's strong. Rory Sutton comes down with it. He kicks ahead for Jenkin. Now over to Hurdle. Rip now getting set in their half court. Sutton has it on the baseline. Long 2 is strong. Bairstow comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, much needed stop for the Pirates there, with Sunny Coast banging their last, 4 straight, I think.
Conrad puts the ball on the deck. Hook shot is strong as well. Can't see what happened because the referee's in my way, but looks like ball went out of bounds off of Isaiah Harrison. Louis Hilton's going to check in for Michael Jenkin, and Ryan Vines checks in for Adam Tolo. Teasy going to inbounds from the baseline. Looking for someone. They're going to get hit with the 5-second violation. Good defense there by the Rip, and Pirates struggling to get it in.
Yeah, Pirates really weren't clean on their screen exchanges, and the Rip did a great job of jump switching those and earning that 5-second call.
So Ilton has it on the wing, gets a Sutton screen. Good job shown by Boardman. Bairstow gets his hands on it. Good hustle, but he can't save the ball out of bounds. DJ cut loose, almost got cut loose over on the end there as Bairstow came barreling towards him.
That's still the sort of effort that the Pirates coach Nate Tate's wanting to see there. Good hustle to get the deflection.
Reed inbounds to Hurdle. Looking for a Sutton screen. Good show there by Boardman. Good double team. Ilton's got to fire a really long three that hits the back of the rim. And Hayden Reed comes down with it. Coach Arausi asking his troops to reset. Sutton with the pump fake goes at the rim. He's blocked from behind. But somebody got him with the body. I think they're going to give this one to Boardman. Nope, they're going to give it to Jared Bairstow. And Bairstow, that's going to be his third personal foul.
Yeah, I think the Pirates would have been happy to see that on Boardman or Conrad, but Bairstow, no.
Yeah, so Jared Bairstow picking up his third, trying to work the referees, but once they call the whistle, they very, very, very rarely, if ever, change it.
No, I've seen it occasionally where they did clearly actually, when you point out the guy, they want to go, yeah, that's who I meant, but in a two guys going up for it situation, you're not going to get that too often.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looked like Bairstow got a clean block, and it looked like to me that Boardman may have got him with the body, but nonetheless, Coach Tate's going to leave Jared Bairstow in there with 3 personal fouls, and the Pirates down 11, 2:23 to go in the first half. Second one is strong. Conrad comes up with it. Pirates need a bucket here in the worst way. They're down 11, 40-29. Bairstow goes inside for Conrad. Conrad hands it off for Tees. Tees brings it back out, nearly has it stolen by Reed. Pulls up for the jump shot, that's good. Tees really is enjoying this matchup with Hurdle.
Yeah, look, he's done a good job, and the Pirates have stuck to their game plan with Hurdle, and for the most part been able to get the ball out of his hands, but they've not been doing a good enough job at closing out on the other Sunny Coast Rip shooters who are on fire tonight and hitting a lot of jump shots.
How about the block from behind there by Jason Conrad on the Isaiah Harrison drive? Looked like he was going to maybe try and yoke that one, and Conrad swiped it out of his hands.
Yeah, he's just got great length. He's active player, stays with the play, and caught him from behind.
Hayden Reed with the fall-away jump shot, that's good. 42-31, I'm impressed with Reed. He's just doing it all.
Yeah, look, some of those plays there tonight, they're the ones that you can go in and sort of talk to your team about, staying with it. Don't worry too much because you know some of those shots will eventually miss.
Yeah, Bairstow with the offensive rebound and put back. Back and forth we go. 9-point lead here for the Rip with a minute 20 to go in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see if Rip can stretch this lead out or if the Pirates can reel it back in this minute and a half.
Harrison's hook shot is no good. Vines comes up with the rebound. He's going to kick it out to Bairstow on the wing. They're going to enter it again to Conrad. Conrad has it stolen from him. Looked like Hurdle got his hands on it. Reed now has it up ahead to Ilton. Ilton working on 2 Pirates. Throws up the left-handed hook shot, banks it in.
Yes, the ref's just letting him play a little there. I think Brendan Tees could have got called for a foul for over the back, but they let it go, and Ilton works it for an easy 2 in the end.
44-33 the lead. About 40 seconds to go in the half. Entry passes by Bairstow is knocked out of bounds by Isaiah Harrison.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to see the Pirates looking to feed their posts, but they're just looking a little one-dimensional. You know, bring it down the right-hand side, kick it to the right-hand wing, feed the right-hand post. You haven't moved any bodies. It's not a wonder that it's a near turnover.
T's going to get set to inbound. Gets it out to Vines in the corner. Vines picks up his dribble. Gets it out to Boardman. Boardman doubled. Louis Ilton with the steal. Ilton goes behind his back. Now Hurdle has it. They're going to hold for, going to try and work the clock here. It's about 14 seconds to go on the shot clock, about 18 on the game. Hurdle's got Bairstow on him. Where's the help coming from? Hurdle goes left, step back, kicks it out for Reed. Fires for 3, that's long. Isaiah Harrison comes up with the offensive rebound. Hurdle wide open, wing three is good. Hurdle got left wide open on a huge mistake there by the Pirates. He hits the three to send the Rip into halftime up 14, 47-33. Rip celebrating like the game is over. I can't believe it.
It was a big finish in the play there, but honestly, that's going to draw the attention to the Pirates, exactly where they've struggled this game. Another offensive rebound for the Rip, another late closeout, and it leads to 3 more for the Rip.
Yeah, poor transition defense hurting the Pirates, as well as the defensive rebounding. We'll take a break here at halftime. It's 47-33. University of Sunshine Coast Rip lead the Southwest Metro Pirates. We'll come back with a few minutes before the half with some stats for you with QBL TV here, presented by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex. It's halftime here as the University of Sunshine Coast Rip lead the Southwest Metro Pirates 47-33. And Luke, let's take a quick look at some stats and break them down for us.
Yeah, I was just looking through it. First of all, we'll just have a look at the key scorers. For the Rip, it's been Hayden Reid leading the way with 14 and Lance Hurdle just behind with 13. For the Pirates, you've got Brendan Tees has got off to a good one with 10, but really no one else has been able to get it going. The second best is Jason Conrad with 7. When I look through the rest of the stat sheet, some clear numbers that stand out to me. The three-pointers. Southwest last week bombing away, up near 30 for the game. They've only had 5 attempts and they're 0 for on those 5. So obviously need to try and find that there, because 6 of 15 for Sunny Coast. So you think there's 18 points difference from behind the arc. That's a telling factor there. And very similar to the margins that we're looking at in the game. Overall, the field goal percentages, Sunny Coast Rip only have a slim margin. They're only a couple of points up there, so it really is Southwest's inability to connect from deep or even look from it. Just continually looking to try and dump it in and just haven't quite been effective enough on those 2-pointers inside.
Yeah, definitely a couple of things that stood out to me in that first half was the Pirates' transition defense was porous, but a really good job by the Rip attacking in transition and getting those good looks. I think they also did a really good job of using Hurdle as a decoy, and Reed really took advantage of that, getting those extra shots up to lead the scoring for the game.
Yeah, and that was really a team effort for them to do it too. That we saw the Pirates do a good job at trapping and getting that ball out of Hurdle's hands, which is a sound game plan, but the Rip were able to move the ball effectively out of those traps, find the open shooter and knock it down.
Yeah, and also credit to the Rip and Louis Ilton really with the task of keeping Ryan Vines quite quiet tonight.
Yeah, really hadn't seen Vines get going so far.
Boardman puts it on the deck, goes to the rim, his shot swatted by Harrison. Good block there by Isaiah Harrison. Now Sutton travels. It's one of those extended long pump fakes, huh?
Yeah, just drag that foot there. But again, that play almost set up there with the game. Sunny Coast Rip able to kick that ball ahead, find the open guy on the wing. If the Pirates want to get back in, they need to take away that kick ahead pass and force this Rip to try and do more in the half court and not in transition.
Tees now over to Bairstow. Bairstow backing in. Kicks it out now for Jason Conrad, who fires a long 2 that's short. Hurdle tips it. Ball goes out of bounds, though. So Pirates will maintain possession underneath the Rip basket. A little baseline out of bounds action here for the Pirates. Let's see if they can get a cheeky 2.
Now, I know the rule says that if the shot clock, you get an offensive board, it resets to 14, but the Pirates shot that ball so quick, they still had more than 14 on the clock. So it's an odd one there with the way the rules work, but way too quick a shot for Southwest there.
As Tees has the jump shot going tonight, he cuts the lead to 12 with a nice long elbow, too. Reed working here, is going to fire away a long 2. That's no good. Vines comes up with it, gets around one defender, skips it over to Tees. Tees' layup attempt is no good. It's tipped up, and Reed comes up with it. A lot of contact there. Reed skips it over to Hurdle. He's going to step into a long 2. That's good. Going to call that 1 and 2. The toes were on the line.
Yeah, as you travel into the shot, just went over the 3-point line.
49-35 the lead here for the University of Sunshine Coast Rip. Tees picks up his dribble. It's Conrad. Conrad hands it back to Tees. Tees working the baseline. Reverse layup is good. I just love that move from Tees. Just a little hesitation to create that little minimal space, and he lays it in.
And to be able to finish with the right hand like that, to pull it out from under the board and just give it enough English to kiss in.
Sutton's going to fire a long 2. That's good as well.
Yeah, way too much space from the defense there off that screen. The guy guarding the screen has got to jump out and give Boardman some help.
Yes, Southwest struggling to get consistent stops. Tees fires for 3. That's long, no good. Harrison comes up with it, dumps it off for Reed. Reed goes right at the defense, and he misses. Ilton comes down with the board, kicks it out. Hurdle wide open 3 is up and good. Hurdle is absolutely feeling it, and they're up 17, 54-37.
Yeah, so another quick 3 from the Pirates that led to that transition, and then an offensive board to get the 3 for Hurdle.
Coach Nate Tate going to get a timeout in here as quickly as he possibly can. as Tees answers with his own jump shot.
Trading threes for twos isn't going to get the Pirates back in this though, so they need to find a way to get some stops.
Reed has it on the wing. Goes to Sutton. It's going to fire for two. That's good. And there's the timeout that Coach Tate wanted. 56-39 the lead for the University of Sunshine Coast Rip with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. You're watching QBL TV here, presented by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex. John Guarna here with Luke Peterson. And the Pirates are struggling here in the third quarter for the second week in a row. They're down 17, 56-39 with 7 minutes to go. If you're Coach Tate, what are you saying to the troops in that break?
Well, the first area they've got to step up is defense. It's got to come off stops. So you're going to be talking about disrupting plays, actually making it so that the Sunny Coast can't just come down, execute what they want, and then try and guard it. You've got to force them into second, third options, get guys uncomfortable, try and force those mistakes. You get turnovers, you can get some easy buckets yourself. But right now, they're just playing in a fight and going bucket for bucket and trying to react.
Brendan Tees with the three-pointer off of Vine's kick out. Ilton's going to shoot for three, and that's a miss.
An air ball there, and then Harrison trying to reel it in, knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, air ball there by Louis Ilton. Pirates looking to build a little momentum here. 56-41 they trail. Working it through T is not a bad idea as he floats one up. That's no good. Kieran Barstow with the O board, and he's fouled on his way back up to the rim.
Looks like the Pirates did talk about their execution, because the last two plays they've come down, they've run a particular set looking for Brendan, found him both times, and then they've stayed active in the play afterwards, which has led to Barstow getting that offensive board.
Yeah, Kieran Barstow is a handful anywhere on the court, but particularly underneath the hoop.
And when they can get to the foul line, it gives them a chance to obviously set the defense and hopefully not see some more rip transition buckets that they've been doing so well all night long.
Yeah, Barstow on the season hadn't missed any free throws, but he just missed the first and he missed the second. Conrad, though, fighting for the rebound. He gets it back and is fouled on his way up. So he's going to go to the line now for two shots. So here's that big lineup again here for Southwest of Conrad, Kieran Barstow, Jared Barstow, with Tees and Vines now in the backcourt.
Yeah, a little bit smaller this time. They've got an actual point guard on the floor, so that frees Tees up to be able to come off those down screens that they're running for him instead of having to actually be the guard at the top controlling the play, so that'll help a little bit more. And hopefully give them a little bit more foot speed to keep some pressure on guys like Hurdle and Hayden Reed, who's obviously been lighting it up tonight so far.
Conrad goes 1 of 2. Rip looking to increase the lead. Sutton has it on the baseline. Pump fakes, then fires away from 2. He banked it in from the baseline. Don't know if he called that one, but it still counts. 16 points to lead now for the Rip.
Yeah, probably just a little bit too much space for a guy with the ball there, but the guys off the ball that time doing a better job. We saw the job that Brendan was doing to keep the ball out of Hurdle's hands was fantastic.
Tees tried to throw the alley-oop to Conrad, got knocked out of bounds off the hands of one of the Rip players. We got some subs coming in for Southwest. Adam Tolo is going to check in for Jared Barstow, and Sean Guy is going to check in for Jason Conrad.
So Sean Guy making his first appearance for the Pirates this season. I'd assume we'll see him go to the center and that actually slide Kieran Barstow over to the 4 spot.
I think they certainly seem to prefer to have Kieran playing in the 4 as opposed to the 5. I quite like him at the 5 spot because I think he's strong enough to guard the post, but he's also quick enough to beat some of the bigger guys as well.
He's got good feet and he can score really well there around the basket. But obviously Sean's got the ability to pop out and hit a long one, so maybe they'll still leave KB down there in the post and use Sean and his passing ability up in the high post.
Hilton with a lot of contact. Tees steps into it for the second time. First time he didn't get the call. Second time, though, he does pick up the charge on Louis Hilton.
Fantastic second effort. Takes the hit. Doesn't get the call. Doesn't give up on the play. Gets in there and takes another hit and gets it on the second time round. So, you know, really Teasy leading from the front there for his team and putting his face on the line in this case.
58-42 the lead. We've got about 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go.
I can feel just a sniff of momentum with the Pirates at the moment, but they now need to step out and actually capitalise on that, because this RIP team has just been able to continually, as the Pirates have made a run, step up and make a couple of quick big shots and stretch that lead. And if they can do that again, that could be good night.
Vines looking to get going. His pass stolen nearly. Bairstow misses the layup attempt, and Sutton comes down with it. And then Kieran Bairstow picks up the foul.
Yeah, great pressure from Kieran there, but he's got to keep his hands out and play it clean rather than giving up a cheap foul 90 feet away.
Yeah, Kieran Bairstow picks up the foul. I think that was his first personal. Yep.
And only the first team for the quarter.
Teasy leading the way for the Pirates. He's got 18 points. Next leading scorer is Jason Conrad with 8 for the Pirates. And the RIP getting solid contributions from Hurdle, Reed, and Rory Sutton. Each of those 3 guys are in double digits. Pass inside for Harrison. He can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. Pirates go back to the bench, and Jason Conrad's going to check back in for Kieran Bairstow.
Yeah, so Conrad and Sean Guy in. So that's, again, some nice length across your front line.
Sean Guy comes down with an offensive rebound there. Tolo looking to go one-on-one. Jason Conrad's going to shoot from deep. That rolls in and out. And Guy's going to get called for the foul. He nearly got teed up there. Good job by the referees, letting Stixie get his frustrations out.
Yeah, look, that's refereeing that we don't see often enough in the QBL. And for Vaughan there to know that he wasn't upset about the call, just frustrated with himself for doing that play and pushing off, trying to get the board, to just blow the whistle but settle it down and not actually tee him up. We see so many quick whistles around the league. That's great to see.
Louis Hilton running things now for the Sunshine Coast RIP. Guy steps out and picks up a second foul as well.
Yeah, a little bit late on his show there, and a good call.
Yeah, definitely a little late, but he also reached. I mean, when you show, you're not reaching, you're there to slow him down or at least get in the way.
Yeah, that's what happens if you're late there. Then your only option is either let him go by you or reach.
Reed has it now, guarded closely by Vines. Goes left, crosses him over. Baseline jump shot is short, but he's fouled. Vines was contesting the shot.
Yeah, another good call with Vines, just getting him on the elbow there. But look, Ryan did a really good job through the possession. It's good to see him getting up and into his grill and trusting to help if he does go by him. But a good step back by Reed to create the space and then draw the foul.
Yeah, good job there by Reed. There's a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. 58-42 the lead here for the University of Sunshine Coast RIP with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. You're watching QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Nothing.
Yeah, zero.
They haven't. Welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex, home of the Southwest Metro Pirates, where they trail University of Sunshine Coast RIP 58-42 with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. And at the moment, Luke, Sunshine Coast is pretty much doing what they want to do here. Pirates really struggling to slow them down or stop, or consistently get stops at least.
Yeah, look, the Sunny Coast Rip have just been a lot more balanced in their attack. You know, we see it in the stats with 3 guys in double digits, with Hurdle with 20, Hayden Reed with 14, and Rory Sutton with 13. But then, you know, Harrison, although he hasn't done a lot on the scoreboard, he's been really good at the defensive end and getting a lot of rebounds. So they've really been using all their resources well tonight, which is something that we're yet to see from the Pirates.
Yeah, and I just think their energy tonight, talking of the Rip, it's contagious. I mean, these guys are just going hard the entire time, defensively, offensively, as Jared Bairstow hits a good bucket there for the Pirates.
Yeah, the energy you're talking about, honestly, that's something that should just be a given in this league. You've got to play like that night in, night out if you want to be competitive with teams. The Rip have shown up and done that tonight, and the Pirates just need to find a way to match it.
Harrison's hook shot is short. It's tipped up, though, by Rory Sutton. His follow is no good. Harrison with another follow, though. Tip in is good. Offensive boards and transition really hurting the Pirates, giving up too many of both.
Yeah, look, I was going to talk about it, but I feel like we've already had that conversation a few times tonight. It's just the same story.
What do you do, though? What kind of adjustments can you make to try and keep them off the glass? Is there an adjustment to be made?
Is it an adjustment, or is it just about guys locking in, actually doing what you're supposed to do? Like, there's early work that's got to be done. There's positioning there that you've got to get and actually put the box out on. But, you know, it's not like a defensive set or a change-up you've got to do there with guys just not getting those boards.
Tolo's pass is stolen by Reed. Now Donaldson has it. Over to Sutton on the baseline. Spins around Boardman. He's blocked, but he got called for a travel before the block. Sutton didn't like the call.
No, something breaking the Pirates' way there with that call. So we'll see if, again, they can convert it and start to build some momentum as this third quarter closes out.
Michael Jenkins checks back in for the Rip. He's guarding Jared Bairstow. Bairstow looking at Jason Conrad. He gets it to Conrad, back out to Vines. Good screen there by Conrad. Vines goes baseline, hands off for Tolo. Layup no good, but he's fouled. I think that foul is going to go on Lance Hurdle. Yep, pushing from behind for Lance Hurdle, so Adam Tolo will go to the line for 2 shots.
Big 2 shots here for the Pirates. Really need to get some momentum going.
Tolo hits the first.
Looking at some of these Pirates players while the ball's dead here, the body language isn't showing good signs, just looking a little beaten up. They need to just lock in and try and gain some momentum.
Boardman with the offensive rebound. Now Pirates have an opportunity to get another shot off. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. They got to shoot quick. Conrad working in the post, dumps it inside for Bairstow, flips one up, no good. Louis Hilton comes down with it. He loses it, though. Vine somehow recovers it, and he's going to pull things back out for the Pirates. Referee's going to ask the court sweepers to come out and get rid of some sweat as Louis Hilton hit the deck.
I'm amazed that the Sunny Coast coach is maintaining his composure there, because there's no way that shot was up before the shot clock went off, and then we see a loose ball end up with the Pirates. So that should definitely have been Sunny Coast Rip ball.
It was close, but I'm with you. Definitely it was after the shot. Nonetheless, though, the Pirates get a break there. Brendan T is getting set to check back in. He's going to come in for Adam Tolo.
That margin's still not insurmountable. The Pirates can hit a couple of shots here. They can get it to single figures by 3/4 time. And that's the sort of thing you need to see, a closable margin as you go into that third quarter time break.
And the thing is they have to get a few stops in a row here. They have done a little. There's been a bit of lull in the scoring for the Rip, but the Pirates haven't been able to capitalize on the offensive end.
Yeah, and again, that's coming back to the energy that you spoke of earlier from the Rip. They're right up and into the Pirates, making them work, generally keeping them to just the one shot.
Conrad gets it, baseline. He's fouled by Louis Hilton. It's a pretty good foul there by Louis, nothing intentional.
That was a pretty hard foul. He had no play at that ball and tackled the guy. So given the start we saw with the unsportsmanlike, almost surprising that we didn't see it there, but glad that common sense has prevailed and a common foul just called.
So Conrad's going to go to the line for a couple shots here. See if we can get Jason Conrad's stat line for you. Conrad, in his QBL debut, has got 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a turnover, shooting not really too well from the field, 1 of 10 from the field. But he's got to the line 8 times, and he's hit, 9 times now, and he's hit 8 of them.
Yeah, so for Conrad, it's going to be working out where his spots are on the floor, his teammates fitting that in, and probably just the coaches talking to him a little bit about shot selection. We've seen some shots there tonight, probably not the ones that the Pirates really want.
A couple of the deep jump shots. He doesn't have a bad-looking jump shot as Sutton travels. That's got to be the 3rd or 4th travel call on Rory Sutton tonight.
Yeah, he's had a couple. That one was probably the easiest of all. It was blatantly obvious as he paused and then went.
And just getting back to Jason Conrad there. Jump shot looks okay, and he's got a really nice soft touch around the rim. I think we'll start to see some of those shots fall, though, soon. Good pass inside. Bairstow to Boardman. That's good. The lead now cut to 12, 61-49. This is the kind of Pirates need another stop here to continue to chip away.
Yeah, they've done the job so far, but with the way the Rip have been scoring, tough job to get the stop.
Yeah, and they go right to Lance Hurdle. He's the one-man answer as he hits the step-back jump shot. Now Tees goes inside for Boardman. Layup is no good. He tips his own miss up and in, though.
Yeah, we're now starting to see the right things from the Pirates. They're staying with the play. They're getting those second chances. They're getting those loose balls and the 50-50s, which is good. That shot that Hurdle made before, I don't think there was anything more Brendan Tees could do. That's just the class of Hurdle.
Good block there by Boardman on Donaldson. Vines comes up with it. He's on the left wing, gets his feet in the paint, dumps it inside for Conrad, who lays it up and in. The lead now down to 10 for the Rip.
And all the Pirates involved in that. You had Bairstow sealing, which gave Vines the penetration, and then the vision to find Conrad right on the rim for the easy layup.
Good show there by Conrad. Donaldson gets it out. Now Jenkins back to Donaldson. It's stolen by Tees. Tees going one-on-one with Hurdle. Dumps it off for Vines. Reverse layup is good. Great transition bucket there off the creativity of Brendan Tees.
Yeah, it all started with the trap there from the Pirates, putting it out there, and then you've got a player on the perimeter that caught the ball for the Rip who just wasn't a threat, and so therefore the Pirates were able to put that pressure on. Didn't really know what to do with it, gave it up when it went to go back to him. Tees just too good, getting the steal and leading the break well.
Yeah, Coach Nathan Arausi for this University of Sunshine Coast Rip is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here though, Luke, and it's an 8-point lead now. Southwest has done a good job to get back into it, and it's starting on the defensive end. I think they're really forcing the Rip into shots that they typically don't want to take.
Yeah, look, that's what happens when you actually start denying some passes, get the ball into different players' hands. I mean, obviously that last bucket for them where Hurdles hit the step back, that's something that you really can't stop, and he's just that quality player. But for the most part, we saw the trap there to get the ball back out of his hands, and that's what they need to do, keep it away from their key guys. Yeah,
and also turnovers hurting the University of Sunshine Coast Rip. We would have seen about 4 or 5 in the last few minutes alone, and the Pirates doing a good job capitalizing on those turnovers as well.
It's been the turnovers, it's been the effort with the second plays. They've got a couple of offensive boards, the tip in there from Boardman before as well. It's going to be a big 42 seconds because the Pirates can get another stop and a basket. We're talking a margin of 6 or 5 with a lot of wind in your sails. Whereas if the Rip can come down here and bang a big 3 or something, that can really deflate the Pirates' run.
Well, let's see what the Rip have coming out of the timeout by Coach Arausi. Jenkins has it now on the right wing, guarded closely by Vines. Hits Sutton at the free throw line. Jump shot is good by Rory Sutton. Sutton, for a big guy, he can shoot the ball pretty well.
Pirates looking prepared to just settle for the one shot. Only about a second difference with the shot clock.
Who's getting the shot? It's got to be Tees.
It's going to be Teesy that they're going to.
Bairstow has it. Spins in the paint, kicks it out to Boardman. Pump fake, athletic shot, no good. And he's going to get called for a charge as he barreled through Rory Sutton. Probably not the shot you wanted there.
Yeah, not really the execution you wanted. You had Tees coming around. They could have just, maybe a flare pick from Ryan for him coming off and got the look you wanted. But yeah, when your best player is leading your team scoring on the night, doesn't get a touch closing out a quarter, that's just not really what you're after.
Yeah, I think they were looking to work Bairstow in the post. When that double happened, Bairstow just kicked it.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Bairstow getting it going in this quarter, so why you'd make that your go-to in an isolation play where the defense can set on it, not really certainly where I'd be looking to go.
3.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Sunshine Coast rip up by 10, 65-55. What does Sunshine Coast have here? Inbounds pass goes back to Louis Ilton. Ilton's going to throw one up. He's got to. Doesn't get it off in time. Hit the backboard, hit the rim. Not a bad look, not a bad play. But nonetheless, the University of Sunshine Coast Rip are going to head into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead. There's a break in action, so we'll take one as well. You're watching QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media. We're back here at Hibiscus Sports Complex heading into the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the University of Sunshine Coast Rip, 65-55. Looking at some stats there for the third quarter, and the Pirates did make a bit of a comeback, down 10 now, and that was behind Brendan Tees. Tees has 18 on the night. He's got 18 points and 2 assists. He's the top scorer for the Pirates. Leading the way for the Sunshine Coast Rip is Lance Hurdle. He's got 22 points. He's super smooth, 9 out of 14 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Pirates, Rip are shooting 50% from the field, 44% from 3. Pirates answer with 42% from the field, but they have not yet hit a 3.
Yeah, it's still a concern for the Pirates. We're trying to get back into this. If they can catch fire in this final quarter, that will help them close it up.
Pirates steal the ball, nearly have it stolen again by Hurdle, but his tip goes out of bounds.
Yeah, lucky for the Pirates, possession's going to be really key for them to be able to get into it. But obviously if the Rip, on the other hand, can maintain their possession and not turn it over, it's going to be really hard for the Pirates to gain the easy buckets they need. Looking inside for Bairstow, a lot of contact there. Not sure who they're going to call that one on. It's going to be on the Rip. That's going to be on Michael Jenkin. See the replay there. Nope. All right, we tried. We'll get that. Keep working on the replay. We'll try and get it sorted out. Regan's been working hard here, getting it going for us, so I'm sure he'll have it happening soon enough. He'll get it sorted for us, I'm sure of it. A lot of contact though there underneath the basket as Bairstow is trying to get to the block. We've seen that physicality a lot from the Rip tonight, and this time it got called, but it has certainly worked in their advantage a lot, putting pressure on the offense. Tees off of a pass from Jason Conrad, cuts the lead now to 8. I like it. I love seeing those inbounds plays where the passer gets the shot. Yeah, now that time a lot more patience on the screen that was set, and that gave Tees the space. Louis Ilton has it now. Harrison's jump shot is no good. Bairstow comes down with the rebound. He's going to bust out.
He's got Jenkins on his hip, goes right to the rim, and he's fouled on his way to the bucket. There's going to be 2 shots there from Jared Bairstow. Good recognition by Jared, seeing that he had a clear path to the basket and taking it strong.
We've seen the Pirates do a lot better job on the defensive glass in that third quarter. They rip after really dominating the O-boards in the first half. Only got 1 offensive board in that quarter. And again, we see Bairstow cleaning up the glass there and then going coast to coast to get to the foul line.
Bit of moisture on the basketball there. Good job by the referee cleaning it up.
Yeah, Vaughan sacrificing the pants to get the ball nice and dry.
Free throw by Jared Bairstow is good. 65-58 the lead now with just under 9 to go in the game.
And this is where the Rip will be starting to feel the tension as their big lead is now down to 6.
Hayden Reed comes back in for the Rip. Michael Jenkins going to take a seat on the bench. Reed's been very effective tonight for the University of Sunshine Coast.
Now, as a team that hasn't won a game yet in the first season, seeing your lead slip away, it'll be very interesting to see how they respond. You know, have they got the fortitude to stay with it, or will the pressure get to them?
Harrison out to Ilton with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ilton steps through, hits Harrison, jump shot is short. Bairstow loses it, but Conrad comes up with it, kicks it ahead to Ryan Vines. Vines' layup attempt is good, and the lead's now cut to 4, 65-61.
First real open fast break up, a good outlet from Conrad that we've seen from the Pirates there. Also in that set, starting to switch on their defense, which is something we saw a lot in the first 2 rounds, but not so much tonight until now.
Boardman steps out. Hurdle has it now out. Rory Sutton baseline jump shot is no good. Alex Boardman, though, gets him with the body, and that's a foul.
Yeah, tough recovery after that big show to try and get the ball out of Hurdle's hands. Probably really needed a teammate to give you a little bit of help on that so you're not trying to make such a tough closeout.
Yeah, and Sutton has done damage with the jump shot tonight, so you cannot leave him open.
Only 1 for 3 at the foul line though, so we struggled a little here.
Yeah, for someone who's shot the ball so well, you're surprised to see him missing all the free throws that he's missed.
It's just a different mental position when you're on the line. Everything's stopped. It's not natural. You overthink it sometimes.
Second one, he misses them both. Boardman gets the defensive rebound. Pirates have an opportunity to cut this to 2 or 1 with a 3, but the pass by Boardman stolen by Louis Ilton. Ilton going left, goes right at the contact. Follow dunk there by Rory Sutton, though. What a follow, and then Reed gets his hands on it. Nearly a turnover there. I thought that might have even been basket interference. It looked like it was going to go back in.
Remember that there's no offensive goaltending here in Australia once it's hit the rim.
Yeah, Sutton, though, with a great follow. Called a foul there. I didn't see who they called it from. Let's right at the contact. Followed. We have the put-back dunk. Nope. T is going to get, looks like he might. Let's see what happens here.
Just a delay of game warning for T's touching the ball in the play there. So
just trying to get some foul calls here. Not happy with the way things are going with the referees.
Look, delay a game when it's only your first doesn't cost you anything, and you may just get some of that momentum on the calls of the words he said. When
or 1 with a 3, but the pass by Boardman stolen by Louis Ilton. Ilton going left, goes right at the contact. Follow Louis Ilton, though. He's got some jets, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly making Jared Bairstow work to keep up there.
Harrison now over to Reed. Top of the key for Sutton. Sutton has shown he could hit that, and Kieran Bairstow is going to get him with the body.
Yeah, just stepped in a little too far. Didn't give himself the space to recover on that. And Sutton doing a great job ripping through and drawing the contact from KB.
So both teams have 2 team fouls in the fourth quarter thus far. 7:21 to go in the game. And Rip lead the Pirates 67-61. Hurdle getting his horn set here. They're going to go left around Sutton. Pump fake, top of the key now for Reed. And Reed shuffled his feet. Good call there by the referee.
Yeah, lucky break for the Pirates because Vines lost his attachment as he came off that screen, and if Reed got down, he was open.
Vines looking for Ortiz on the left wing. Tees picks up his dribble, gets a screen from Kieran Bairstow. Conrad has it. He's going to fire a long two. That's strong, and Hurdle comes down with the rebound.
So again, Conrad taking that long shot. We're yet to see him hit it tonight, and his big rebounding presence not able to pull the board in when he's way out there.
Kieran Bairstow hits the deck hard. Him and Louis Hilton battling for the rebound.
Tough stuff there that the Pirates need at this stage of the game.
They're going to get Louis Hilton up for the foul there, as he was trying to fight through a Kieran Bairstow screen. He can't believe that he's getting called for the foul.
Yeah, that was one when the whistle blew. I wasn't sure which way it was going to go. We've certainly seen it go either way a lot over the years. Tough stuff there that the Pirates need at this stage of the game.
There's a foul there. We see they're going to get Louis Hilton up for the foul there. Louis Hilton kind of got caught on the hip there of Kieran Bairstow. My man Boston on floor sweeping duties tonight, doing a decent little job there. He's also doing a good job underneath the hoop, distracting the Sunshine Coast free throw shooters. He's doing double duty tonight.
Look, we certainly need that second duty to if the Pirates are going to find a way to get their second win at home tonight. They've started off with a friendly schedule with 3 home games to open the season, so if they aren't able to get tonight, to be 1 and 2 is certainly not what they were looking for in that stretch.
Yeah, next week they're going to get Brisbane at Brisbane, and you got to expect that the Capitals are going to come in fired up after dropping a tough game to Townsville last night. They're on the Townsville Cairns road trip this weekend.
Yeah, and that's been a tight one so far up in Cairns tonight. Just checking the current scores on that one.
Vines puts it on the deck, picks up his dribble, hits Conrad, who goes inside for Kieran Bairstow. Kieran wasn't ready for the pass. That one went out of bounds.
Looking up north, we've got Cairns holding a very narrow 38-36 lead over Brisbane.
It's going to be a tight one, and you got to bet that the Capitals are going to be going out for that W, especially after the loss last night. Hilton hits Hurdle, who's wide open for 3, rolls in and out. Harrison, though, with the putback is good. We got Hayden Reed down on the floor. Didn't really see what happened to him there, but he's holding his hip.
Yeah,
Let's hope he's all right.
Came down hard and just landed right on the hip there. Plays like that, though, they're ones that, you know, Pirates have had a little bit of momentum starting to close it up. You get a bit of luck where Hurdle's 3 rims out, but then straight off the back of it, an offensive board for the rip. They're able to put it in, stretch the lead back to 8. They're the sort of plays that can make a big difference come the end of the night. Yeah,
I was going to say that they caught a break that the 3 rattled in and out, then the follow put back by Harrison. Reed's up. He's kind of just trying to shake it off a little bit here. Just needs a few breaths to get himself back together here. 6:14 to go in the game. It's now an 8-point lead for the Rip, 69-61. Southwest kind of hanging around here. They still need to get some buckets and continue to get some stops.
Yeah, with that 6 minutes still to go, there's plenty of time to still pull back 8. The problem is when you've made a run, how much do you have left in the tank to be able to reset and make another one?
Yeah, well, it's going to be very interesting to see. Coach Tate seems to have kind of tightened his rotations up here in the 4th quarter in particular.
Yeah, always a good strategy to keep your key guys out there and understandable what he's doing there. We've seen some tighter rotations really all night, not going nearly as deep in the bench as we saw in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, one guy who had a pretty good game last week, we haven't seen much tonight of, is Luke Piddle.
Yeah, getting just a really short run there at end of the first, and that's been about it.
Tees with the ball now, working on Louis Hilton. A lot of contact, flips one up. Harrison comes down with it. Good defense there by Louis Hilton on Brendan Tees.
Came down with that with the ball right in front of the rim. Thought they could have got a goaltending, or obviously the foul on the drive. But the ref's going to give these guys a little bit of contact to play with, so we might get some old school ball.
Hurdle's jump shot no good. Bairstow comes down with it. Now Vines has it for Southwest. Gets a screen from Kieran Bairstow. He's going to give it back to Kieran. Kieran goes inside for his brother Jared. Layup attempt no good. Coming down with it for the Rip is Rory Sutton. And I like what Hurdle's doing here. He's going to slow things down. He's going to try and get a good look for his team and work some clock.
Yeah, the Pirates doing a good job getting some stops, and we may have another one here.
There's everyone on the floor here at some point or another. The only guy who didn't go on the floor was Hurdle. He has the ball for three. That rolls in and out. Vines loses the rebound. Jared Bairstow nearly recovers it. I think they got to get the sweeper across the entire floor here. I don't think there's any millimeter of the Pirates half court here that didn't get touched by some sweat.
No, that's right. They've got both ends floor sweepers out, which is a good sign.
Ball for three.
Some bench
that
towels
rolls in
out
and
there,
out. Vines loses the rebound.
Some fans that have got something
Jared
they can
Bairstow
put on the floor as well,
covers
so
it.
we can get this game back underway.
Yeah, a few bounces went the way of the Rip there in that last possession as everyone was diving on the floor, showing what they wanted and where they wanted to get. But nonetheless, it's still an 8-point lead. 4:55 to go in the game. Pirates still trailing by 8. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here. They still haven't shot the ball very well from three. I think they have only hit one for the night. Yeah,
it's not been their night out there. They haven't really looked for it much, so they can't be too disappointed. But, you know, after the volume that we saw in the first 2 weeks, it's surprising that we've seen so fewer shots.
Yeah, they don't. When I'm looking at the stats, they don't even have the Pirates credited for one. I thought Tees hit one to start the fourth. And then you look at the Sunshine Coast Rip, they're 7 of 19 from three. That's a 21-point differential there. You see points from turnovers for Sunshine Coast, 21 points off of turnovers, 15 second chance points as well. Pirates only have 9 second chance points.
Those are certainly the areas where they've dominated this game. There's offensive boards, Pirate turnovers turning into Sunshine Coast Rip points, and shooting the ball well from long range.
And I will say it. I love the Rips jerseys, Rip City, and I like the color scheme. Good choice, guys.
Yeah, stealing a little from the Portland look with the Rip City and the lettering.
Hurdle gets one off before the shot clock expires. Kieran Bairstow comes down with it, and then Rory Sutton gets called for a foul.
That being the 4th team foul, so anything from here putting the Pirates on the line.
That's Sutton's 3rd personal.
So the Pirates, after all that diving on the floor and the second chance, have been able to come away with another stop. But the Rips defense has been equally strong, and it's been stop for stop for the last few plays.
Bairstow to Bairstow. Kieran's shot blocked by Rory Sutton. I don't know how they said that it came off the backboard.
No, he got that before it hit the glass, so that was definitely a clean block.
Well, that's what the referees thought. Ilton recovers it after he nearly lost the pass. He's got 9 seconds to go on the shot clock. Kicks it out. Sutton's going to step into a long two. That's an air ball from Rory Sutton. Good defensive possession there from the Pirates.
Yeah, look, we're seeing great D at both ends, but the Rips defense is going to find a way to execute at the offensive end if they're going to close this gap up.
Bairstow to Bairstow. Kieran's shot.
Job staying consistent, making nothing at all easy, and coming up with the stops themselves.
A lot of contact, and Louis Ilton's going to get called for a foul. Coach Rousey not happy with that call because he thought that Tees initiated a lot of the contact. That's going to be Louis Ilton's 5th personal foul, so he's done for the night. It's also going to be the Rips' 5th team foul, so Brendan Tees is going to go to the line for 2 shots.
So just waiting to see who the Sunny Coast are going to go with to replace Ilton. They've got their 30 seconds, and it looks like they're going to use every single one of them.
Yeah, they're not sure. They wanted to go to Hayden Reed, but Reed still has that hip injury. He's getting attention right now. So checking in for the Sunshine Coast is going to be Mitchell Elliott.
We'll see how well he can move after banging that hip earlier.
Yeah, well, Hayden Reed is still getting some treatment behind the Rip bench. Brendan Tees goes to the line for 2 shots. First one is up and good. And you got to try and get somebody going here. Again, I know I sound like a broken record here, but you got to get Ryan Vines a little bit more involved, I think. Tees misses the second.
At this point, it may just be Teasy putting the Pirates on his shoulders and trying to carry him home. Ilton's been doing a really good job on him over the last few minutes, and so with him fouling out, we'll see who ends up with the assignment on tees.
Good hustle there by Kieran Bairstow, knocking the ball out of bounds off of Rory Sutton. So Southwest has another possession. Tees has it now on the baseline. He was double teamed, spinned away from it. Floater is up, no good. Tipped up and in though, the rebound by Alex Boardman. Lead back down to 5 now for the Rip.
So a good possession there for the Pirates with the missed second free throw turning into 2 points.
Jenkins has it, drives baseline, kicks it out to Elliott. Now Hurdle has it, he's gonna fire for 3. It's up and short. Harrison though with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, a few misses in a row for Hurdle as the game's worn on and the legs start getting tired. He's been a bit short.
Sutton dribbles the ball off of his foot out of bounds. He didn't like all the contact, but another turnover for the Rip. Give the Pirates another opportunity to cut this lead even further.
Now we've got Elliott guarding Tees. Elliott's only just checked in for the first time tonight and Tees has been on, so that's something that the Pirates should certainly look to exploit here.
Conrad has it, he wants to hand it off to Tees. Tees working on Elliott, now Harrison. He brings it back out, throws up the little kiss, and it's good. And the lead is now 3 for the Rip, 69-66.
Yeah, giving the young kid the assignment of the NBL guard, not probably the guy you really want on tees on a night that he's on.
Jenkins has it now for Sunshine Coast. Rory Sutton's going to step into a jump shot. Boardman thought he was just had his hands up, but there was some contact. May have been initiated there by Sutton. Nonetheless, the foul called on Boardman. That's going to be Boardman's 4th personal foul.
Yeah, from where I was seeing, it really didn't look like something went forward into it at all. So I'm going to have to give the refs the thumbs up on that one.
I know it's not too often you give the referees credit, Luke. So
I do what I can. Look, I just call it what I see. They've made a few calls that I thought were right tonight. Basically, if I'm quiet on them, it means that they're doing things right. So that's what we want.
Sutton hits the first.
After being 1 for 5, he was certainly needing that one.
See what he could do with the second. Good as well. So lead back to 5 now, 71-66. 2:40 to go in the game. Pirates down by 5. Bairstow taking Elliott in the post, and Elliott picks up the foul.
Yeah, and Elliott did a good job at working Bairstow out. Once you get him that far out, you really just got to stop the pushing.
71-66.
Now you got Bairstow with 2 easy free throws.
2:40 to go in the game. Pirates down by 5.
We've given us the replay here. Bairstow going to work, and Harrison just coming out and bodying him up just a little too much.
Yeah, so any foul now is 2 shots, and the clock stopped for the Pirates. Coach Rossi checking on Hayden Reed. Doesn't look like Reed's going to be able to get back in there. He's still getting treatment. Bairstow hits them both. It's a 3-point lead. Can the Pirates get another stop? We'll soon find out. Hurdle goes inside for Harrison. It was wide open. Harrison just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, the Pirates did get the stop, but they didn't even really have to earn that. The Rip just giving it away.
Tees has it on the left wing. Guarded by Jenkins. He's going to step back, jump shot, no good. Tipped up by Conrad, but they're going to call Conrad for over the back. Or a pushing foul, sorry. So that's the 4th team foul for the Pirates as well. 1 more and they'll be in the bonus, and the Rip will be in the bonus.
Yeah, good defensive change up there for the Rip too, taking young Elliott off tees and giving that job over to Hayden Reed. Sorry, to Michael Jenkins.
Hurdle working off. Hands off for Vines. Vines going to get in the paint, kicks it out. Conrad's going to fire for 3. That's short. Isaiah Harrison with a strong rebound.
Yeah, look, I just can't understand a player that hasn't hit a shot all night from outside, taking that one, the time of the game, the poise. The Pirates just needed that ball to be worked around and getting into, someone like Tease's hands or down on the post.
And then Hurdle hits a 3 to increase the lead to 6. That's a huge swing in momentum there. Wide open 3 missed by Conrad on one end, and then Hurdle hits a deep 3 on the other end. and the lead back up to 6 with 1:35 to go. Coach Nate Tate takes a timeout, so we'll take one as well with the Pirates trailing by 6 on QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex. 1:35 left here in this game, and the University of the Sunshine Coast Rip lead the Southwest Metro Pirates 74-68. The Rip looking for their first win of the season. The Pirates looking to get back on track here after a tough loss to Gladstone last weekend. And we saw that momentum swing on one end, a missed three-pointer by the big man, and the NBL veteran Lance Hurdle comes back and hammers his own three.
Yeah, look, that's a heartbreaker there. Nice and deep, just put it down clean. And after missing 3 or 4, he didn't hesitate at all and just put it home.
Yeah, Pirates going to probably look for a quick bucket here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and they'd really like a long ball, but not having had one all night, it's really hard to back yourself to go that way.
Bairstow working on Elliott. He's going to step back for 2, no good. And Isaiah Harrison comes up with the rebound. They're going to look to work some clock here. Elliott driving baseline. He's going to bring it back out. Smart play there by the young fella. Hurdle working on tees. He doesn't want the screen. He just wants to go one-on-one here with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Hurdle hesitating, going left. Step back 3 is up. That's short. Conrad, though, loses the rebound to Isaiah Harrison, who gets it back out to Sutton. They're going to foul here with 50-something seconds to go. And, yes, Tees will foul. That's going to be the 15th foul. And Lance Hurdle is going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, look, with the desperation there, when the Rip going to that ISO play, I thought we might have seen the Pirates take a bit of a gamble. You got young Elliott on the floor, hasn't really played, hasn't shot the ball at all. You know, send Vines up, try and trap Hurdle, see if you can get something happening. Hustle on the rotation if you need to. Don't just leave Hurdle in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, no double. It was good defense, and Conrad got his hands on the ball. He just couldn't hold the rebound. So Hurdle hits them both, leading back now to 8, 76-68. Pirates need a bucket and quick. Vines goes around Hurdle, tries to pass. It's knocked out of bounds, though, by Rory Sutton.
A good turn of pace for Vines to get the penetration there. He certainly broke the pain and got by Hurdle. Time against the Pirates, though, with only 43 seconds left now.
Inbounds here. The pass goes to nobody as Conrad got caught up in the screen. It's out of bounds. Pirates going to have to continue to foul here with just about 44 seconds to go in the game. Sutton inbounds to Hurdle. Here's the trap. They're going to get Brendan Tees for the foul. And that's a good break there for the Sunshine Coast Rip. And Coach Nathan Arausi is going to take a timeout to settle his troops down here. He could smell victory with 40 seconds to go. He wants to reset the clock, so we'll take a break as well as the Pirates trail the Sunshine Coast Rip 76-68 here on QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to the Hibiscus Sports Complex as the Southwest Metro Pirates trail the University of Sunshine Coast RIP by 8 points, 76-68 with 40 seconds to go in the game. And with Lance Hurdle heading to the line for free throws. Hurdle on the night from the charity stripe has only hit those two that we saw him take before. He's got 27 points to lead all scorers in the game. Shooting fantastic from the field, 10 of 21 from the field, 5 of 13 from 3. First one is good for Hurdle.
This next one pretty much puts the icing on this game for the RIP and should be their first win of the season.
This next one will increase the lead to 10 with 40 seconds to go. Yep, and it's good, so it is a 10-point lead. Pirates need another, again, quick bucket. Vines over to Tees. Tees gonna fire away from 3, that's off. It's an air ball, Boardman saves it, but Isaiah Harrison comes up with it for the RIP. He nearly travels, gets it over to Hurdle, and then they're gonna foul Hurdle. Alex Boardman gonna get the foul, and I think that's gonna be Boardman's 5th personal foul. So he's fouled out. Coach Tate now recognizing it.
Sure, the Pirates would have been thinking they should have got the foul call there earlier on Harrison, where they reached in. Harrison not been as efficient at the line as Hurdle, and would have saved another couple of seconds.
And Tolo comes in for Boardman. These ones will most certainly ice it as Hurdle hits the first.
And I'm hoping that if the Pirates aren't able to score off this next possession, that they don't send us back to the line again, because really that's just going to stretch the margin.
Second one is good as well. So 12-point the lead now for Sunshine Coast RIP. Vines working on Harrison, left-handed dribble, kicks it out. T is going to fire a baseline jump shot, that's good. Back to 10 now with just about 10 seconds to go. Inbound to Hurdle, he spins away from the foul.
So the Pirates are still going to let this clock run.
Yeah, good call there by the Pirates, as they're going to let the clock run out. And they're going to drop this one, and the University of Sunshine Coast RIP going to get their first ever win in the QBL, 80-70 here tonight versus the Southwest Metro Pirates. It was that third quarter, it was a close game, but the RIP just pulled away in the third quarter, and they hung on throughout the fourth.
Yeah, look, we saw the energy of the RIP right through that first half, particularly separating them, and that's how they built that margin that they were then able to extend at the start of the third quarter. And so although the Pirates did a really good job to come back and get it to, I think, as close as 3 points there, they just couldn't get over the hump because they dug too big a hole on the back of that RIP energy. And
the RIP did a good job, really hurted them in transition. Did a great job on the offensive glass, just really active. I liked the full action out of the Sunshine Coast RIP. They just really went at it from the tip to the final whistle. And I really thought that they outworked Southwest here early and throughout the entire game. Yeah, they certainly did. They had the energy there. There was some stages there in the Southwest comeback there in the fourth where we saw Boardman get a couple of tip-ins, Conrad get one, where the energy was there. But, you know, fourth quarter is just a little bit too late when you're down double digits. Yeah, look at some final stats here for the University of Sunshine Coast RIP. Lance Hurdle led the way with 31 points. He also had an assist and 4 rebounds. Also in double figures for the RIP, Rory Sutton had 19 and 15 boards. We also say Hayden Reed scored 15. He did hurt his hip. He was in there celebrating with the rest of the team, so hopefully he's okay. But how about this line as well? Isaiah Harrison only had 6 points, but he had 14 rebounds, also had a block shot. So good job there by both imports for the RIP. RIP shot 43% for the field from the game, 47% from 2, 34% from 3. Now taking a look at the Southwest Metro Pirates score sheet, they were led by Brendan Tees. Yeah, Tees had 25 for the Pirates. Unfortunately for the Pirates, just not enough support there tonight. Conrad ended up with 12 points, but it did take 13 shots, so that efficiency is really not what they're looking for. Bairstow got up to 11 as well, but again, also taking night shots, so not an efficient night for the Pirates scorers. And then you see the Pirates shooting numbers. They didn't really shoot the ball well at all. 40% overall, 45% from 2, which is good, but they were 0 for 8 from 3, so no three-pointers tonight for the Pirates, and they did get out-rebounded. It was Well, it wasn't as big of a difference as we thought. It was 43-42 overall, but second chance points were definitely in favor of the Rip. 17 points to 11, as well as points off of turnovers, which is transition. 23 points for the Rip and only 13 for the Pirates. But that's going to wrap it up for us here. I got to thank you, Luke Peterson, for joining me on the call. I also want to thank Regan Baker on production and Chris Sieber on the camera work for us tonight. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to another presentation of QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media.